Hello, welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we are on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Volta Premier and Kekeli FM Ho and Menuveve Aflao and Lolonyo FM Lolonyo. Now get radio, TV and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, World Health Organization expresses concern about the mass exodus of Ghanaian nurses and doctors to foreign lands in search of greener pastures.
That we are losing not just health workers, but we're losing the experienced health workers for quote-unquote greener pastures.
Also, EC refused claims it will disenfranchise voters with its refusal to disenfranchise the registration process, assuring there will be much extensive registration in 2024.
We wish to assure the good people of Ghana that we have their best interests at heart. We do not, and I repeat, we do not intend to disenfranchise eligible voters.
In business,
government set to roll out 3 additional trade centers around the world to support Ghana's non-traditional exports. More on the Joy Business Report.
And later, from adversity to triumph, an agri-businessman refuses to succumb to the unprecedented challenges of COVID-19.
The decision wasn't easy. What happens is, it means every now and then you need to bring people back to train and a whole lot. But I didn't lose them because they realized that I was there for them.
I am Amiesi Nyamiche Thompson. Please stay for details. And in our first story, the World Health Organization, WHO, has expressed worry over the mass exodus of Ghanaian health professionals in search of greener pastures. At least 3,000 registered nurses and midwives have left the country to Europe and the USA last year. The WHO representative to Ghana, Professor Francis Kasolo, says immediate steps must be taken to mitigate the impact on Ghana's fragile health system.
And this discussion is really about how can we contribute to retaining health workers within the country? Or if they go, how can we get external capacity to come and build the same capacity that has left? So that discussion has to take place. And this is what we are saying, that the retaining health workers in your community is not just a government responsibility, it's also a community responsibility.
Also, former Vice-Chancellor of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, Professor Fred Binka, says more health trainees must be recruited to fill up the numbers leaving the country.
We can fill the Accra Sports Stadium tomorrow just by one announcement, okay? All we need to do is that there are certain requirements that we're not making people to get into the training schools. One, government's official cutoff point is 25, but nobody has ever entered training school at 25. By 20, you can't find a place. Two, we don't have too many lecturers. So I have been proposing long ago that go to the US, go to United Kingdom, go to Canada, sit down and say, hey, each of these countries, we need 50 of your best lecturers. You will pay for them. They will come here. They will help us to train our people who want to be trained. Some will go, some will stay.
Meanwhile, fellow with the Center for Democratic Development, CDD, Kwame Sapong-Isiedu, is urging government to prioritize research and data-driven decision-making in the health sector. He spoke at a public lecture organized by Joy News and various professional bodies on the theme, Down Memory Lane 1993 to Present, Has This Democracy Delivered a Health Dividend for Ghanaians?
We find a government commencing building of new health facilities when the previous facilities started by the previous government remain uncompleted. How have we as citizens become so divided and supine that we fail to stand up when things like this happen, knowing very well that the main driver of such schemes is procurement and sometimes sleaze? This is a major contributor to the waste we see in our health infrastructural projects, and perhaps a major contributor to why health inputs yield marginal outcomes.
You heard research fellow with the Center for Democratic Development, Kwame Sepong Esiedu. Away from health, the Electoral Commission's chairperson, Jane Mensah, is refuting assertions the Commission will disenfranchise many eligible voters over its refusal to conduct a limited registration exercise at electoral areas. The EC has come under intense pressure from the NDC and some CSOs to open up the process, but it has refused. Speaking at a news conference Monday, Jane Mensah explained there is no effort by the Commission to marginalize voters.
It is important to note that this will not be the only registration exercise before the 2024 election. In line with our plans to promote an inclusive participatory registration process, we plan to institute continuous registration in all our district offices nationwide in 2020 for a considerable length of time.
Meanwhile, Senior Programs Officer for CDD, Paul Abrampa-Mensah, says the EC's explanation does not resolve the core issues plaguing the exercise.
So it is an exercise that you will do everything as a commission to whip up people's enthusiasm to get involved and to register. But for you to even say that, yes, probably you understand that people may not be able to register at this time and you're going to do a mop-up, but the mop-up is targeted for the presidential elections, then you are so emphasizing the fact of neglect of the district level elections and confirming the upper level, the national we all have. So it does not solve the problem going forward.
Senior Programs Officer for CDD, Paul Abrampa-Mensah there. Now, the Upper West regional officers are grappling with a dire situation as the Dolly Dam Breach has not only submerged sections of its highways but cut off paths to other areas faced with this crisis. Regional Minister Hafiz bin Saleh has expressed his frustration, noting that the ongoing rainy season is worsening damage to the region.
I was absolutely shattered when I got there because it was beyond what I had envisaged. The magnitude of damage was huge. Sooner than later, measures will be put in place to remedy the situation. But let's be sincere with one another. The period in which we are, this is the peak period of the rainy season. So it will be very difficult for an immediate solution to be found.
Now, instead of bowing to the pressure of layoffs and uncertainty in the COVID period, an agribusinessman made a compassionate choice. He decided to stand by his workers, holding on to hope and teamwork as they navigated the storm together. The following report delves into the hope story of Davis Kobo.
Father, you take my rights away.
In the agribusiness sector, Davis Kobo is a name synonymous with exporting quality produce including mangoes, rice and yams to the UK, the US, various European nations and more recently, Russia. He was the national best farmer in 2009 and has won several other accolades in his field.
Agric is a business. You don't just produce to feed the society. It's demand driven. You go out to look and know what is that the market is looking for and strike a deal.
Davis is one of 22 children. Born to a prominent chief in Somanya in the eastern region, he developed the wit and grit for entrepreneurship at an early age.
So you see the St. Teresa's roundabout, the one at the North Kaneshie. All the pillars over the tower pillars, I did it. Because at that time we needed money.
Work was running smoothly until the COVID-19 pandemic struck, bringing with it unprecedented challenges. But here's where Davis stood apart, full of empathy and a commitment to his team. He made a courageous decision. Instead of layoffs, Davis chose to sacrifice and stand by his workers, even though his business teetered on the brink of a shutdown.
The decision wasn't easy. What happens is, it means every now and then you need to bring people back to train and a whole lot. But I didn't lose them because they realized that I was there for them.
You heard the story of Davis Coe in today's edition of Stories of Hope.
We all be sinners, my body, nobody holy bad, and my happiness comes first.
Gregory Botte Newman, who goes by the stage name King Promise, has been crowned the Best Male West Africa Act at the 10th edition of the African Music Magazine Awards, held over the weekend in the United States. The Terminator hitmaker beat other African musicians like Black Sherif, Adekunle, and others to claim this coveted award.
Shout out to the fans, everybody who votes. Ghana to the world, Africa to the world. Shout out to Afrima. Kaboom!
And you heard King Promise there, bringing us to the end of this bulletin. In our top story, World Health Organization expresses concern about the mass exodus of Ghanaian nurses and doctors to foreign lands in search of greener pastures. Business is next on the Super Morning Show.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa! Bobo, so how your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that. Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panzapa. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Hey, sorry, Chairman Mane. Chairman, hey, Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Behind every door lies a world of opportunities.
And with Absa's flexible loans, you hold the master key to open all the doors to your dreams.
Doors to a new horizon and everything you could ever dream of. At Absa, we help you open the doors to all your dreams. Whether you want to buy a home, a plot of land, or finance your personal projects, our flexible personal loans, mortgage, and credit cards can make it happen. Visit absa.com.gh to discover how to get things done. That's Africanacity. That's Absa. Terms and conditions apply.
Your preferred retirement partner, Apex Trustee, offers you an unmatched pension administration service that guarantees a cheerful life of retirement for both formal and informal sector workers. Our Progress Occupational Pension Scheme, the Progress Provident Fund Scheme, and the Progress Personal Pension Scheme will help you achieve financial peace of mind during retirement. Apex Trustee provides employer-sponsored schemes, including staff welfare schemes, seeking to outsource the day-to-day administration of their second-tier occupational pension and third-tier Provident Fund schemes. Start the quality lifestyle journey you envisage for your retirement now. Call us on 0504 368048 or 0256 793330. Apex Trustee, a joyous retirement begins here.
Guess what? Orca Decor is still celebrating our 20th anniversary. Get 50% off top quality furniture, accessories, decor, and more. Hurry, oh, hurry. The items are flying off the shelves. Visit Orca on Spintex Road and the newly opened Accra Mall branch today.
Yeah, Charlie, so many vibes and I want 10 father, my sanaba. My mini papa, and you're not for more fear no more acquaintum. Trebiania, so I'm Maniscaco Fiesi and fancy that near fear for before Javasi no parking. A bear man Sujai Casa. Thanks to Sukasa, how hard to your nature. Sukasa see a damn brony friend affordable luxury homes, or more 2, 3, 4 bedrooms, where you're fully gated or grants and communities, or more malls, clubhouse, and all social amenities, plus 24-hour security. Almost with flexible payments, and yeah, I know my dear at Dow Casa, plus 100% guaranteed cashback. Yes, 100% guaranteed cashback. No quick finances stories. Contact Sukasa right now through phone calls or WhatsApp on 030-296-0865 and 055-369-7886. Charlie social media so more, baby. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube at Sukasa GH. Email Susie at info@sukasa.com.gh. Sukasa, building on trust.
Charlie, that be the sound you hear when things make hot. I'm sure this is not battery, just cash flow. Lajan no day. It is safe to say we are all facing challenging times. We are all wondering how we are going to lighten our financial burdens. Nowhere cool. But don't worry, with a little help from your trusted bank, Societe Generale Ghana, be biara fine. Societe Generale Ghana is making all its customers happy with the Yatiso Loans promo. In fact, SG Ghana customers and even non-customers who are on the controller and accountant general payroll can enjoy access to our amazing discounted loans. Don't waste time. Get your loan today. Step into a branch or call 0302-214-314 to get the ball rolling. Terms and conditions apply. Remember, promotion ends on 29 September 2023. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Just be happy. Don't you worry.
Pios.
Hi, Kojo.
Charlie.
Good morning.
Good morning. So yesterday, something was really brought to the attention of the nation when Kwame Sapon-Asiedu delivered his address. I want you to listen to this. All right. I mean, he says it much better than I can.
It is crazy that we have consistently ignored the intellectual contribution of over 50% of our population on a partisan basis and expect our health inputs to yield transformational outcomes. How we can believe that the supposed men capable of turning our health fortunes reside in approximately 45% of our voting population defies me.
So you get his point, right?
Yeah.
That at any given time, with whichever government is in power, every resource that they are going to tap into to manage healthcare in this country comes from their side. So every hospital director, because the president will appoint all of these people.
Certainly.
Right? From health minister all the way down to directors, regional district, everywhere he can appoint, he will appoint his own people. So at any given time, the expertise managing our healthcare is from half of us.
And it's problematic, Kojo, because yesterday, for instance, I was having a discussion with a colleague of mine who has happened to be in the UK for a number of years.
Yeah.
And he was worried why we've politicized everything to the extent that the health care of the people has even been politicized. And he mentioned, I have not been to the UK before, admittedly so. And, he mentioned that, Kojo, look, within a locality, you may find a number, about 3 hospitals. Just say like Kokomemle, for instance, you will find like 3 hospitals.
Yeah.
And it shows or tells you how serious government in the UK takes our hospitals or healthcare.
We'll get there one day, Anna.
I pray so.
Yo, all right. For the 6 a.m. news, we're grateful to Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. And Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. So, let's get into gear for the Joy Business Report, brought to you by Glyco Life Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life. And Africa World Airlines, touching Africa, touching the world.
Hello everyone, great morning to you. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up, government set to roll out 3 additional trade centers around the world to support Ghana's non-traditional exports. Also in this bulletin, Ghana cedi expected to remain relatively stable against the US dollar this week as risk of investor sentiment cools off. And we'll hear from the economist, Professor Peter Quartey, on lessons government can take regarding the second domestic debt exchange program. These and more shortly. Always a pleasure to have you on. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Government is set to roll out 3 additional trade centers in targeted markets around the world before the end of this year. The move is part of several measures by managers of the economy to support growth of the country's non-traditional exports. Ifwa Sabiasare is Chief Executive of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority.
Looking at pitching our tent in every country that in markets, very strategic markets that we think will support the growth of the NTEs. And we've started with Kenya, where we have the first Ghana Trade House. So this is where we consolidate the products of the exporters, especially those who want to export but in smaller quantities, we just consolidate everything and put it in the export trade house for onward distribution to the East African bloc, and it's doing quite well. Hopefully we will be able to expand to other countries.
And what country are we looking at the next few years?
Very soon, by the end of the year.
3 countries?
About 2 or 3.
Dr. Efua Sabiasari is the Chief Executive of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority in that interaction with George Uyafit there. Now, the Ghana cedi is expected to remain relatively stable against the US dollar this week as risk of investor sentiment cools off. This is coming after the local currency lost 0.43% to the American greenback last week. There is more in this report.
Demand for US dollar continued to outstrip supply despite a slowing inflation. This caused the cedi to fall to levels seen in the second quarter of 2023. The central bank provided $20 million in the 36th bi-weekly foreign exchange auction to the bulk oil distribution companies. But this was insufficient to slow down the rising corporate demand. The local currency lost marginally to the US dollar last week. Conversely, it gained 0.17% to the pound, but remained stable against the euro. So far this year, the cedi has lost about 11.6% to the dollar in the retail market and about 22% to the American greenback on the retail market.
What a better time to talk about the cedi, and it is going for 11 cedis 53 pesos against the US dollar on the forex or retail market. It is still selling at 14 cedis 58 pesos to the pound. It's trading at 12 cedis 40 pesos to the euro. Now, the Ghana Association of Banks has cautioned the government to tread cautiously on the performance of bonds under the domestic debt exchange program. This comes after government announced that it is reopening the domestic debt exchange program, particularly for investors who didn't sign up in February this year. According to the Chief Executive Officer, John Iwa, a careful assessment of the performance of these bonds under the program is necessary for an access to the international capital market. He spoke.
Of course, there are significant repayments that will be due in the coming years, particularly the first maturity payment, and that will be the very clear test of commitments to the program. But as we know, the window for failing on this program is very, very small. Any kind of access going forward to the capital market is very much dependent on the success rate, particularly on the performance of the bonds under the program. So we are very hopeful that government, knowing the consequences of non-performance on the bonds under the program, will definitely continue just like they did in August when the first coupons were due.
John Iwa is the CEO of the Ghana Association of Banks. More on the domestic debt exchange program, senior finance lecturer at the University of Cape Coast, Seriam Kawo, has urged the government to enhance engagements with members of the pensioner bondholders in order to ensure they sign on to the reopening of the domestic debt exchange program. According to him, government's mode of communication on the entire program had been problematic, hence the struggle to get the buy-in of investors. Mr. Kawo was reacting to the rejection of the second round of the DDEP by the Pensioner Bondholders Forum.
To get the pensioner bondholders come on board, there is the need for a meeting with them. That meeting should be done, and then we see the duration of their bond, and then listen to them so that they will also have some other options they will want to suggest to government in terms of the duration, in terms of the coupons, whether they are going to get it in time, and then see some of the expenses that they incur. If government could give them some of the coupons that are overdue, or if all of them have not been paid, those are overdue, government will pay them. That will go a long way to help.
Senior finance lecturer at the University of Cape Coast, Seriam Kawo, and the director of the Institute for Statistical, Social and Economic Research, Professor Peter Quartey, is urging government to avoid certain mistakes in the first domestic debt exchange program, which witnessed agitations from many think tanks. According to him, avoiding such errors will improve upon the performance of the second one, which was announced last week. It tells Joy Business government must do the right thing.
The major one is the limited or the lack of communication. The discussion has been very limited. Ghanaians were not much involved. Think tanks and all the key people that matter were not much involved in this DDEP. So there was not any initial evaluation, proper evaluation in my view. So you see something introduced, then a group will agitate, then they are exempted, another group will agitate. And if you have done the right kind of consultations. Once you introduce it, it is seamless. But we didn't do that. And for me, that's one of the major problems. And when you are throwing in a policy that you are very inconsistent, today, policy inconsistency, you have this policy, you withdraw, then you modify, it doesn't speak well of you. You ought to do the consultations ahead of time.
Professor Peter Quartey is the director of the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISE. Now, stabilizing the cedi and bringing inflation under control will dominate discussions at the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana's meeting, which began yesterday. The meeting is happening at the time inflation for the month of August recorded a marginal reduction of 40.1%. However, Joy Business is learning that the Bank of Ghana would maintain its tight monetary stance to achieve price stability. The policy rate is currently pegged at 30%. The meeting will end this Friday with an announcement on Monday, September 25. Now, the government statistician, Professor Samuel Kobnenim, has advised policymakers to carefully examine the various components of food inflation that is driving prices up. According to him, the data presented by the service gives enough pointers that could help Ghana improve food production for basic staple in high demand. Speaking to journalists, Professor Inim is of the view that Ghana could save a lot from imported food if policymakers pay attention to data published by the Ghana Statistical Service.
One of the items that contributed the most to the 51.9 inflation for food in August 2023 was cereal and cereal products. If you go into that subclass, the items that you find there is a mix of both locally produced items and imported items. You find rice there, and you find rice that is imported and rice that is local. You find maize there, you find sorghum there, you find millet there. So this is where the conversation should be. The conversation should not be at the headline figure, it's a reversal, and that it doesn't tell us anything from a policy point of view. The details are always in the items and the weight of the items, and the responsible ministries will be held responsible to ensure that we have stable prices for these items.
Government statistician Professor Samuel Kobnenim there. You're still listening to the Joy Business Report. On Investor Eye today, if you suspect an investment arrangement to be a fraud, never go ahead to engage the company.
When someone feels they have received an investment message that could potentially be a scam, there are several steps they can take to protect themselves. 1. Do not respond to the message. Avoid engaging with the sender or providing any personal or financial information. 2. Research about the sender. Look up for the company or individual who sent you the online message. Check for any negative review or report of scam associated with their name. 3. Verify the information. If the message claimed to be from a reputable organization or financial institution, contact them directly through their official line. 4. Watch out for red flags. Be on the look for common signs of investment scam, such as they offering you guarantee of high returns with little to no risk.
Head of Technical and IT Digital Forensic at Yoko Amankwa Atta there with today's Investor Eye. Before we wrap up, let's quickly go to the commodities market. Crude oil recorded another increase in price to $95 a barrel. Gold lost almost $3 and is selling at $1,930 an ounce. Cocoa dropped by a significant $136 to open trading at $3,621 a ton. And that's your Joy Business Report here on the Super Morning Show with the Superman, Kojo Yankson. Yeah.
With the what? The Superman?
Yeah.
I see what you've done there. All right. Well, Pius and the team return tomorrow with more. But right now it's time for us to get our inspiration on. Our inspirational song brought to us by Duraplast Ghana Limited, producers of quality PVC and HDPE pipes. And water tank, where Duraplast goes, water flows. I've got a surprise for you, by the way, after this inspirational song, which happens to be by Victoria Orenze. It's called I Get Backing. Love it. Enjoy. promised you a surprise, eh? Very special surprise. It looks like the band is back together again. Kofu.
Oh,
sister.
Champion. This one is called Passing Through.
Oh, but it's a very nice passing through. It's really great to see you, ancestor.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I've been listening to you guys at home in my sick bed.
Charlie, it's good to see you up and about.
Oh, yeah, you know.
And we see you have remixed the beard small.
Yeah, I mean, I had no choice.
Oh.
I had no choice, really. I had to take off all my beard.
The foliage.
I mean, you know what I was going through.
But I like this look.
I had to take everything off.
I like this look.
This one, there's still something there. No, because
it has grown back.
You guys should go on Facebook and check the new look. I love it.
You like this one?
Except that if you don't have anything on top, you certainly have to keep something down there.
No, God has a way of blessing those of us.
Brilliant.
Who are barbed by him.
I was telling Pako Supra the same thing.
Oh, but you see, because you can see your future in me.
And then the way you are.
But Charlie, if Raymond is going to go your way, Charlie.
No, but he should get used to that idea.
I have been seeing so many adverts on social media with hair transplant.
Okay.
My future can change.
Oh,
there's a lot of technology happening.
Hair transplant. Going to rooney his way out of it.
But I have seen a lot of adverts with, do you want to grow your hair? Come and use this cream.
No.
That one, we beg.
Hair transplant, yes. If you have between $2,000 to $5,000, but you are, a man of the people.
Yes.
So you might as well just be like them.
He will crowdsource the funds.
The people will want their own to do good.
All right, let's get to it. Let's start off with the Drive Safe campaign,
which is brought to us by John Newson Multimedia Group and supported by Toyota Superior Quality. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but schools have reopened fully. So the school kids are back, especially with some of the traffic lights not working. My message today is, as a driver, please remember that there are students who may be crossing the road. So please make way for them. Drive safe.
Very important. Drive safe.
Let's now learn how to say it right. Brought to us by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks, and Societe Generale Bank Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
I found myself in a tight spot yesterday. My petrol ran out, but the nearest filling station was running low on stock, so they were selling on a first-come, first-served basis. And I did not come first. I should probably take a minute to remind everyone of that all-important D at the end of the expression, first come, first served. Yes, the D is always important. You see, the expression first come, first served means the first to come is the first to be served. But if you say first come, first serve, what you mean is that the first to come will be the first to serve. You see, it's just not right without the D. Anyway, enough of the D and back to the P for petrol. I didn't get any from that station. And the moral of that story is, if you want to be served first, you'd better come first. That's how you say it right.
Let's call it home.
Ray, why are you smiling?
Oh, I like the first served.
The D.
Yes. The D is not silent. Mama V, you like the D, eh? Okay. Why is she laughing? I don't understand.
That's how to say it right.
It is.
I was going to say something, but I decided not to say. I was going to say that I'm not surprised a lot of Ghanaians will say first come, first serve. Because, typically, our word structure is such that you have only one consonant ending words. Okay. That's why Jesus Christ is a very difficult word for a lot of Ghanaians. You never hear the T. Christ. Christ. Unless they want to say Christo. That's when you hear the T, because it ends with a vowel. That's our problem. Anyway, but now that you know how to say it right, please say it right.
Mama V understands that if she's going to come first, she can't do so without the D at
Absolutely.
the end. There you go. All right then. So the news review now brought to you by First Atlantic Bank. Refreshingly different, and Syntex Tank. Are you strong? Are you tough?
Well, let me start with the Chronicle this morning. Unless you want to say something, Kojo, but
no.
Let me get on with the Chronicle. And Psalm 112 verse 7. Some say Psalm. Some says he's not afraid of bad news. His heart is firm, trusting in the Lord. I don't know what the story talks about, but let me check the stories here. The splash, that's the big one, says Alan Cash shocked over CPP link. And I heard you, Raymond, yesterday talking about, if it's to do anything outside the NPP, what it could even mean for the NPP itself going into election 2024. And so, according to the Chronicle, that's not true. His camp is very shocked. Over links to the CPP. Earlier, there were links of there were talks of a new political party
going independent.
What I do know is that Mr. Alan Tremanting is not thinking of forming any political party. That's what.
Is he still considering?
That I know that he's not going to form a political party.
Is he still interested in leading Ghana though as president?
That I don't know. That I don't know.
But we're still waiting for the time he will tell us his role in Ghana's future.
Okay, but what I know is that he will not form a political party. What I do not know is whether he will run.
Will he join one?
No, he wouldn't.
Will he go independent?
I don't know.
An amalgam of political parties.
What I do also know is that he tried to get all the remaining four aspirants to come together and present a united front, and that could have been anybody. Not necessarily him.
Oh, okay.
But then, some of these candidates felt that no, they should all contest, and that's when he decided to step down. There's another one here that says Accra Commando slapped in traffic case. Judge suggests out of court settlement. Now the Chronicle says the Greater Accra Regional Minister, also known as Accra Commando, was slapped in traffic.
What?
Yes. So according to the story, the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Henry Korte, was allegedly slapped by a 61-year-old pensioner in traffic. However, in court yesterday, the judge suggested in open court for the minister to try an out-of-court settlement before he adjourned the case to the 26th of September 2023. So, according to the prosecuting officer, the complainant in the case was a police officer stationed at VVIP and attached to the Greater Accra Regional Minister as his dispatch rider. And the accused is a retired computer programmer who lives in Osu. And we're told that on December 8, 2022, at about 1 p.m., Mr. Korte, together with security detail, were visiting Osu, and on reaching a section of the road, he observed that the accused had blocked it with his Kia Bongo car, as I put here, preventing the minister and others from accessing the road. And the court was informed that the complainant signaled the accused to give him and other road users way, but he refused and retorted that nobody could access the road unless he finished with what he was doing. Now, based on that, the minister decided to advise the accused to move his car from the road, but the accused person ignored the minister. And we're told, in addition to the threat, the accused started using offensive words and then slapped the minister as a result. Also on the front page,
I want to see this man. Because I'm comparing, the minister is a giant. I just want to see who is able to muster the courage to do so.
What happened to him? Did he get arrested or what?
He was arrested and sentenced.
He's been tried.
He's been tried. So, yes. Front page comment says CDS should please stop creating fear and panic. And if you back page, today there's nothing about the Ghana Premier League where Accra Hearts of Oak lost its opening game. But that's just by way of information.
It's just the first game. What's the big deal?
No, I'm just indicating that Hearts of Oak lost.
It's belated. Daily Guide newspaper, front page, EC registers 182,331 voters in 6 days. #1 faces court today. I killed my madam, attributed to a house boy. Comes with a picture of the person who was killed, Princess Efia Hinkan, and I guess the suspect with his face fully shown on the front page of the Daily Guide. That's something that we're not supposed to do, especially if the person is a suspect. Agona West NDC NPP in bloody clash, and Julius Deborah changes gear in Mahama running mate's bid. I guess the main story, which is on the houseboy confessing to the killing allegedly of a woman that he was working with. It says John Alistair, the houseboy who killed his employer, 35-year-old Princess Efia Hinkan at Apaso near Sokoban in. Okay, so this is a community in the Ashanti region. He's confessed to the crime, indicating that he did it alone, appearing before the Asokori Mampon District Court yesterday. The suspect said he murdered his madam alone, indicating that his alleged accomplice, one James Anoche, was innocent, pleading with the court to set him free. It's important to note that his plea was not taken. But according to the story, this just happened in September, where he was looking for a job as a houseboy. He got one, and he had to move from Accra to Kumasi to start that work. And according to details of the story, he just planned with his friends of his back in Accra to steal from the person that he was working with. They took away her vehicle, which they subsequently sold, and made away with some valuables in the house. And unfortunately, this person who's been killed also had an 11-year-old daughter that she was living with, and a husband who is apparently in the UK. So this case is still ongoing. Guess we'll get to the bottom of it. Just a final one on Julius Deborah. Story says former Chief of Staff Julius Deborah's bid to become the running mates of the NDC for the 2024 general elections is gathering momentum as he pushes for the support of some party members. Deborah, who initially claimed to be disinterested in the position, has intensified his lobbying skills with the use of party members. Well, if you read on, you get to know why they say he's lobbying and he's intensified that skill.
Any quotes from him?
No, there isn't.
No, because it says he's using other people. That's what the story is trying to say, right? Yes. Anyway,
because he himself has
say that
said
about
before,
anybody.
He himself has said before that he wasn't. He was
the statement you issued, was that really
job.
what he said? No, he said that they should rather concentrate on filling positions in the party, right?
He knew that John Mahama was very focused on whatever he was doing. The NDC is
Julius versus Prof.
I am coming to that. The NDC is the only political party, in Ghana, that has had one region on its ticket consistently. You look at the two main parties. The Central Region. There's always been somebody from the Central Region on the NDC's ticket. Either the person is running mate or the presidential candidate. I don't know if that's going to change, but what I do know, what I've learned, is that the NDC, there's a group, calling for an Ashanti project within the NDC. And that group even has supporters from other parts of the country, including the Volta region, supporting the NDC's quest to select a running mate from the Ashanti region. If the NDC selects a running mate from the Ashanti region, and the NPP doesn't select a running mate from the Ashanti region, that would be a very good election in 2024.
I'm just not sure that's what you really wanted to say. But
today.
I'm not contesting you. I'm saying that the good election is really not what you wanted to say.
What am I going to say? The thing is that the NPP is presumptive.
Yeah.
Dr. Bawumia.
Yeah.
Will Dr. Bawumia select a running mate from the Ashanti region? It looks like.
Yeah.
But will the person he selects be from the Ashanti region is another issue.
Okay.
Now, you would understand the kind of, so if he selects anybody who's not from the Ashanti region, and the NDC gets somebody from the Ashanti region, just why I say it will be a good election is the fact that for us analysts, you would have a situation where the MPP's strength in the Ashanti region could reduce. And if it reduces, the elections will be difficult for the NPP. But then also we would then begin to test whether or not the people in the Ashanti region, whether it's the NPP that they like, or the fact that there is always somebody whom they like on the ticket, because for Nana Addo, he was very much loved by the people of the Ashanti region. So the good election that I'm talking about is that we have a contest. Yeah, that's it. Basically.
No, I get your point.
So you're saying
day,
that, okay, we haven't made that conclusion, but are we saying that a winning party is the party who will have a running mate from the Ashanti region?
I haven't said that.
No,
but
I think he's just pointing to the advantage that you get when you have a person from the Ashanti region on your ticket. It's the biggest region in the country.
Amavi, look at it this way. In 2020, the NDC had more votes in the Ashanti region than the Volta region, which is supposed to be their World Bank. And you see why in the 2020 elections, at a point in time, some members of the NPP were concerned, they were worried. You can check.
That when you drop below the 70,
yes, because
but they didn't have an Ashanti.
They didn't. And so
if
if they have an Ashanti person as running mate, it will only increase their chances. And we have said before that if the NPP is able to get up to 80% votes in the Ashanti region, the elections become difficult for the NDC. The Ashanti region plays a very important role.
I'm just looking at the possible names. Will it be Kingsley Ewadako or Alex Mode?
Well, Alex Mode comes with, Ashanti Gan. Could play to his advantage. There are others too. Akwesi Opongfosu. Let's see.
The former local government minister. Anyway, now the Daily Graphics reporting this morning maintains standard bearer rule for reliable information. That's why UBA told the Daily Graphic, and limited voters registration. EC revises targets. So they say, the plan's not to register all the 1.3 million that they were targeting. If they do a section of it, that should be fine. The EC boss did a press conference yesterday talking about responding to the many issues that have been raised. So they say next year they will try and do what people have been asking for. This year, right from the beginning, they didn't plan.
They haven't done it in 2 years.
Yes, so this year they didn't plan to do it at the electoral or whichever police station that should be registered, but this is what they plan to do, which is why they went ahead. They even blamed Parliament, that Parliament delayed the fight over its CI.
The use of the Ghana card.
Yes. Took some time, and that's still hanging anyway, which Parliament really does not want EC to do it. But that thing is still hanging. So they also moved on to talk about the other difficulties you're having. The EC says it's not more interested. It is also interested in registering the right people, keeping the sanctity of the voters register, not just registering anybody at all. And talks about how some people are trying to get minors on the roll and plans, the challenges that will go through and all of that. So there was a robust response from the Electoral Commission. Some are still not happy with the response though, but at least we heard something from the Commission.
Just listening to news, I hope the EC, the Electoral Commission, is mindful of the events happening around us, i.e. Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger.
Hey.
It's not just the outcome of, as in what happens on election day and who is elected, the announcement of the elections that makes a successful election. It all begins with, all the processes, all the entire, including this registration exercise.
Yeah, that's why
I hope that they have the end in mind.
Yeah, that's why they want a good register.
And I think that's why they also must listen to stakeholders.
Anyway, now police promotions. 40 chief inspectors sue the IGP. So we are told that the 40 chief inspectors of the Ghana Police have sued the IGP, George Akuffo Dampare, of course, the Police Management Board itself, and the Attorney General over what they describe as unjustifiable refusal of the service to promote them. This writ was filed in Kumasi. The police officers claimed they were excluded from a series of promotions, which has prompted a special amnesty granted to police officers who passed out from police training in 2008 and had obtained university degrees in 2020. So, the IGP himself talked about how going to school really pushes your chances in promotions and all of that. Anyway.
I think he also pointed to their own regulation that does not allow for that automatic promotion. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, the finder for this morning says killer houseboy accepts responsibility, begs for leniency. EC rejects claims of collusion with NPP. promises to register all eligible voters as 182,831 have been registered in 6 days. And cocoa manufacturing SMEs, Lord governments plan to supply them with beans. BOG wins Global Award for Financial Inclusion.
All right, now let's very quickly go online. The online review is brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy.
So what do you do when you run out of fuel in your vehicle? Do you just top up anywhere? Well, let's introduce you to the Good Energy family and why you must be part. So Goyle's Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP are the best quality fuels with high performance in town for a vehicle. Also, Goyle Super XP Ron 95 is a high-grade fuel sold at the same price as normal fuel. Goyle Diesel XP is low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle. Plus, with over 440 stations across the nation, join the family that rewards you with quality for an energized driving experience. Goyle Good Energy. Goyle Yen Ara Yedim.
All right, so on myjoyonline.com, government is still spending as though there is no crisis. That's Professor Bokbin speaking about the reopened domestic debt exchange program. And we've had stability to develop. We just lack transformational leaders after Nkrumah. Professor Frimpong Boateng is the one who says that. And on citynewsroom.com this morning, military takeover, not the solution to Africa's economic challenges. The Asante Hen is the one making that statement. And on CNN this morning, it's India expels Canadian diplomat in tit-for-tat move as row over assassinated Sikh activist deepens. Charlie, yeah, Shiba. Let's hope they can sort that out. All right, then, time for us to go for the BBC News. And it's brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
Helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Want to feel energized for more? Fuel up with Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP high performance products from Goyle. Our high grade fuel comes at no extra cost, but with more power. And our Diesel XP, it's low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle. Experience high performance and quality with our products. Available everywhere. Choose Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP for an energizing driving experience. Good energy.
Are you a corporate organization, e-commerce business, individual or student looking for a trusted courier company where you can track your package and receive SMS alerts to keep you posted? At IAS FedEx, we move your documents and parcels with care to the destination of your choice. With offices across the nation, we happily deliver your package to your office or the comfort of your home. With the assurance of safety and affordability giving you peace of mind, IAS FedEx has your package in good hands. Call us on +233 501 605,000 or +233 501 631,000. IAS, licensee of FedEx.
The search for a distinctive university to attend is now over. I introduce you to Heritage Christian College, located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium, affiliated to KNUST and UCC and accredited by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission.
The university offers Bachelor of Business Administration programs with options in accounting with computing, marketing, accounting, human resource management, business information technology management, entrepreneurship and technology innovation, Bachelor of Science courses in information technology and information security, nursing, and a Bachelor of Theology. We offer student entrepreneurship training with financial support.
The entry qualifications include WASI, SSCE, GBCE, HND, and diploma in relevant fields. Mature entrants can also come if they are 25 years and above.
We also offer 12-month Master of Science programs in accounting and taxation, accounting and finance, and human resource management.
Contact us on 0547 777 731.
Heritage Christian College, a university educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
There's never been a better time to own a home. Republic Bank slashes interest rates on all its CD mortgage products. Yes, switch and sign on to any of our CD mortgages. Enjoy ultra low interest rates and pay less to live in your dream home. Coolé! Call 054 0109 649, 054 0109 901 or email myhome@republicghana.com. Offer is valid until 31st January 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Over them all, if they want Tongo Goliath, I be David for life. Oluwade my side. Over them all, if they want Tongo Goliath, I be David for life. Oluwade my side. Over them all, 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 over them all.
Boy's story, Elton. Hey, so the young man John Alistair, such a nice name, houseboy, allegedly on September 11 of all days, allegedly stabbed his boss, Princess Efia Ahinkan. Picture of a rather lovely lady here. Stabbed her to death and stole her car. Her car. Came to Accra with it, sold it, and bought a different car, a smaller one apparently. And so this was the car he allegedly stole was a Kia Sportage, right? And then he sold it, and then allegedly, and then he bought a Vitz, a Toyota Vitz, which is a tiny car, to become an Uber driver. He killed and you see, this is not he didn't kill a stranger. That would have been callous enough. But he killed the person who employs him, who feeds him. Killed her and took her car because his dream is to be an Uber driver in Accra. I mean, the levels of treachery is shocking. But you see, I think sometimes we have to recognize something. There are treacherous people among us. They are there. They are always there. But whether or not they will feel motivated enough to show that treachery, sometimes all it takes is a certain desperation. All it takes is a certain increase in their level of desperation. And at the moment, desperation is on the up. It's on the rise. Because things are hard. This is no excuse, by the way, no excuse in the world for anybody to cause anybody harm, especially not the person who is feeding you. Sold the car for 100,000 Ghana cedis and bought a Vitz to do Uber. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to think this woman will never breathe again. Somebody's child, sister, I don't even know if she's somebody's mother, but
She's obviously, at the very least, she was of value to you because she gave you a job. You killed her. Charlie. But we need to keep an eye on things, the people who are around us, especially those. And you see, sometimes people have worked with you for quite some time without ever doing anything to harm you until one day they do. So even track record means nothing now. Just keep an eye on everybody around you. You never know whose I don't know what the word, psychopath tendencies are bubbling under the surface until one day when they are hungry enough to make use of it.
So I mean, it's very sad that mother of one had to go this way. I mean, who's clearly taking care of their children? Exactly. Clearly, she was taking care of the very people who have ended her life, and it's very sad. In fact, this morning, before the newspaper review, I was listening to Tumfo delivered an address at the St Andrews University in Scotland, where he spoke about. He says, if you are an African president, and every day you wake up and you see young people, undertaking this treacherous journey of trying to get to Europe, sometimes walking, sometimes, on the Mediterranean, then it should be a call on you to wake up and do something. But he says he's not interested in coups, but then African leaders should look at the root cause of some of these things.
We should play that out.
Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it today and then address them. And then on the other hand, I was also watching a BBC Eye documentary about, a group in South Africa. They call themselves Lulula. They claim that foreigners have taken over their jobs in South Africa and they are going after their shops, destroying, killing them. And then the BBC reporter asked the leader of the group some basic questions. Yeah, fellow African. And then that's what they think that they are responsible for their way of life. And then the BBC reporter asked them some basic questions, and they had no clue. I mean, based on rumors. So there's so much heat in the system. These days, when I'm driving and I'm getting closer to the Stanbic traffic light, I time myself such that by the time I get so close to the traffic light, it will be green, so that I will just drive up. Because some few days ago, some young guys who intentionally come close to your car and attempt to clean the windscreen, they will ask for money. If you don't give it, they get agitated.
Yeah, they will scratch
and and something like that.
An old man told me this last year that he is shocked. That is at the Kaukudi place that I was talking about. Said people that ordinarily sometimes he gives money to, now if he is unable to do so or quite busy doing something else, you see the kids scratching the car.
And they get angry.
It's almost like they have an entitlement mentality.
So I think something must be done. I mean, the heat in the system is creating some of these things. And also they agreed by some of the young people not to work hard and earn, but want to cut corners and make it fast. It's what has brought them this far.
They have seen so many examples of how people tell stories of not working hard yet to get money, and they see all the flashy things and think they can also get it overnight. But see, I mean, listen, I'm not making excuses for this guy's conduct. The perfect definition of the people who should actually be killed by the state, it's reserved for people like this. People who callously, in a gruesome way, take the life of other people. Those are the people that we reserve the death sentence for. I mean, so people like this should be treated in a way that will send a signal to other people that we need people to be straightforward and do what is right. Because you see the pain from her family, every member of the family, and women like this, she's taking care of other people too. You've destroyed livelihoods of so many people because you just want to drive your Uber. I mean, how is that possible? But why? Go to your own family. I mean, what's the point? So it's painful, and you'll be considering. I mean, the wrong the woman did was merely recruiting you as a worker in her home. That's the only wrong she did.
So,
but how is that even wrong?
Apparently, this boy has been in jail before. John Alistair, he's a recidivist, according to the story. Been in jail before, so this woman even gave him a chance.
Can you believe that?
When I'm sure nobody else would have employed him.
Yeah.
Right, and he worked with an accomplice, James Anoche. Do you know what they did? The woman was on the phone.
Yeah.
Then they crept up behind her, hit her over the head with a stick, dragged her to the garage, stabbed her several times, and then made off with her car. It's just evil.
Sintex Tank was first to introduce white inner layer tanks in Ghana and now introduces the customer specs order, which will let you order any color and size you want. Sintex Tanks gives you the biggest warranty of 7 years, which no other tank gives you. So whatever your water consumption, size of project or demand, choose Sintex Tank. Sintex Tank, stress-free. Sintex Tank, reliable. Sintex Tank, maximum guarantee. Call 0244 335 168, Kumasi 0505 555 666, or visit syntexgh.com. Sintex Tank, a strong, a tough.
He's up bright and early, serving your premium morning radio show. The Morning Man. It's the Morning Man, Kojo Jackson.
Keep quiet, keep quiet. A moment of silence for my baby.
Don't talk, let me talk.
The Super Morning Show right here on Joy 99.7 FM. Let's do this rather special birthday wish for a young lad who is on the way to school. Actually, it's a young lady on her way to school, and we need to get this in quickly so that she can hear us before she gets out of the car. So, Sairam Zanetta Yaya Abwaje, happy birthday to you. You are 10 years old today. This one is from your parents, Michael and Martha Abwaje Constant, your younger sisters, Kes and Mawunya, and they wish you a very joyous 10th birthday. They pray that you will flourish in knowledge and kindness, and may the Spirit of God grant you the confidence to achieve your dreams. Sairam Zanetta Yaya Abwaje, happy 10th birthday to you.
You again, that's cause 90, baby. And I say
All right, it's the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Now, later today, we're taking you live for the Graphic Business Stanbic Bank Breakfast. So it's Stanbic Bank Graphic Business Breakfast, which is happening at Labadi Beach Hotel. We'll take you live there for all the details from about sometime after 8 o'clock onwards, all right? But yesterday was a big day. Kwame Sapong Asiedu delivered a lecture, public lecture on the dividends, the health dividends that Ghana has, or perhaps has not, attained since the Fourth Republic began, all right? Very important conversation. And he had a lot to say. Let's listen to a little bit of what he shared.
Our journey from 1993 to present has eliminated the need for a more collaborative and comprehensive approach to leveraging our democratic system to yield dividends in health. A look at our presidential election results since 1993 points to no political party ever winning over 60% of the popular vote cast. A critical analysis will show that each of the two dominant parties who have had the opportunity to govern have between 44 and 46% of the voters as core following. They only win elections when the majority of the remaining 10% opt to side with them. However, in practice, post-election, the winning candidate looks inwards, selecting voices from within his circles while ignoring inputs from anywhere else. The losing party waits its turn, jettisons most of the activities the previous government had initiated. The marginal 10%, who are the kingmakers, go back to sit on the fence whilst observing the winning party govern, only to become disgruntled when the held dividends do not materialize. Did the framers of our constitution promise us improved health dividends or a comical display of musical chairs? It is crazy that we have consistently ignored the intellectual contribution of over 50% of our population on a partisan basis and expect our health inputs to yield transformational outcomes. How we can believe that the supposed men capable of turning our health fortunes reside in approximately 45% of our voting population defies me. Perhaps the former president was right. We have short memories. We have become averse to obvious statistics that stare us in the face. To think that the leadership of our health system and all teaching hospitals change in line with our electoral cycle is bonkers and sends chills down my spines. We change them as though we are changing those who manage our pit latrines and private toilets. They all change at the end of an election. How can we expect these leaders to plan for medium to long-term health outcomes when they have no guarantee of tenure? The president can wake up tomorrow morning and say he had a bad dream and then sack the director of the Ghana Health Service. The law allows him to do so. This concept of tying leadership in health to the executive is one we must fight to change with all the muscles if we expect to see health improvement commensurate with our health investments. Leadership at the technocratic level should be based on meritocracy and not political allegiance. We should care less about the political affiliation of our health leaders and more about their competency. As Deng Xiaoping famously said, it doesn't matter if the cat is black or white, as long as it catches mice. To wit, when it comes to health, all that matters is value for money health investments that yield optimal outcomes. That is what pragmatism teaches us.
Kwame Sapong Asiedu speaking at the British Council yesterday.
So those who did not hear properly, in summary, he's saying that the data reveals significant variations in health outcomes and the impact of health investments among Ghana, Sudan, Rwanda, and Liberia. Let's look at it properly. Ghana had the highest increase in health expenditure per capita, 454% from 2022, but it didn't achieve the best health outcomes compared to the other countries. Increase, not necessarily best health outcomes. When it comes to life expectancy, Rwanda showed the most substantial improvement in life expectancy, increasing by 40% from 2022, while Ghana's improvement was the lowest among the group. So even though we spent more, it didn't show up in our life expectancy. We can move on to maternal mortality. Yes. Ghana experienced a 47% reduction in maternal mortality from 2000 to 2020. But Rwanda and Sudan saw greater improvement, with Rwanda achieving 72%. Still, you see, can the doors chomo there no. Now, let's move on to infant and under 5 mortality. Rwanda outperformed with the highest reductions in infant mortality and under 5 mortality from 2000 to 2020, despite Ghana having a higher percentage of change in health investment. Another problem. Now, percentage of elderly population. Sudan and Rwanda exhibited the most significant increases in the percentage of their elderly populations, indicating proactive healthcare policies and better healthcare outcomes.
Sudan.
Yes, and Rwanda.
So you see, what
so we spent more.
Yes.
Yet,
what he's demonstrating is that healthcare is not just a money problem; it's a brain problem, and that's where we are lacking. And you can see why, because we have that kind of governance system that says whichever government is in power, only pick experts from your side, and at any given time, less than 50% of this country is on one side or the other. Right, politically, between the two.
And sometimes it may not even be aligned, but just because you got the job during the time,
thank you.
Automatically,
yes. So this is it. They will only ever appoint their people, which means at any given time, 50% of the experts in Ghana are not being used, and this is health care. This is people's lives and deaths. So you don't politicize that, but we do. We eliminate half of our brains. We switch off half of our national brain at any given time when it comes to managing health.
Kojo, have you ever cared? The doctor, let's say it's not an emergency, your choice of doctor. Have you ever cared whether the person is MPP or NDC before? I have never even thought of that.
Why would it matter?
When it gets to
in
that
fact, when you're
critical
asking
point,
the questions, when you're asking those questions, you're interested in, is it good enough? Does he have the experience? What has he done before? Where does he work? Those questions never cross the line. Which political party does he?
No way.
So when we are pointing the very best of our brains, how come the party is more important, or perceived party that's even more important? Because sometimes he might not belong to a party, but merely because some people suspect or his surname sounds a certain way,
so he will not even be considered.
But that's really dangerous, because this is health. This is health.
Yes.
And even when you're sick, nobody would ask you where you belong to, whether you are NPP or NDC or CPP.
So is it a wonder that we have hospitals that don't have oxygen? People are dying because of lack of oxygen. People are dying because of lack of beds. People are dying because of lack of ambulances. People are being misdiagnosed. And you see, the problem here is that there is no proper accountability structure. So a healthcare professional can kill you and get away with it. So if that is the reality in the hospital, how can you rely on them to save your life or the life of your loved one? How can the quality of healthcare go up? And by the way, there's a study that was done very recently, by one of these international partners or whatever, and it determined that here in Ghana, without medical intervention, 80% of babies would die. Rich Hospital led that research, and we'll bring the story, because it's just a few days ago that I got wind of it. Without medical intervention, 80% of the babies born in this country would die.
There's also another interesting point that he made about political slogans. So he talked about politicians using catchy slogans in health as a way to appeal to voters, and they often focus on tangible projects like building hospitals rather than long-term health outcomes, because improvements take years to materialize. They can't take it to the voter and show that this is what we did. So you know how we do it, right? Agenda 111, this number of hospitals. So most of the time the comparison is, I built 2, and you go and check the hospital, there's nothing in it. You don't even have the professionals to work in there. I built 5.
It's even in the wrong place.
Yes, so they do the usual comparisons, select their own, instead of comparing themselves to the nationally or universally determined standards that shows improvement in the healthcare areas. But I also agree with the part where I said that we have not demanded enough from the people. Because, see, there are things you can politicize. General policy direction, you can have different views. But as for the well-being of the people and how it connects to their health, when we are all in an emergency, you ask yourself, there are some prominent Ghanaians that have died, which points to how our emergency structure and system is terrible. But it only comes up during those people their time.
Imagine.
But ordinary Ghanaians face these conditions every single day.
On the issue of demanding accountability, the people demanding accountability. See, the people who are directors, the people who are in those positions, not the very top, who are supposed to help the people ask relevant questions and also bring out the issues within the sector, they are no longer talking. Because if you're appointed by your political leader and he's the one that's, you know that, oh, if you go and say something, you'll be sacked. It means that you're also not asking questions. If the institution lacks certain things, you're not demanding, you're not asking. You're not saying anything, you're just there.
A quick correction. Will die in the first 24 hours. That statistic I gave, the 80% without medical intervention will die in the first 24 hours. That's important.
So that tells you how important our healthcare system
and
is
we
in
are
this
doing
country,
politics
and
with it.
Yeah, we're just
Politics.
joking with it. I mean, we need to appoint independent people who are able to speak up for the institutions that they head. That would do us a lot of good.
But you have a president who will even appoint PROs, public relation officers, for state institutions. So, I mean, what hope is there that healthcare will ever be managed by only competent people and not political people? Yeah.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the super morning show. Yeah. Wake up to joy.
And the Polymer 10 car engine can age faster. That's why we offer specially formulated quartz engine oil with age resistance technology. It's a breakthrough innovation that ensures optimal performance for your engine and improves protection against mechanical wear by up to 74%, even under extreme temperatures and pressure. Choosing quartz from Total Energies is choosing the engine oil that keeps your engine running efficiently and effectively. Quartz, keep your engine younger for longer.
All right, let me tell you that the chance is still there for you to get in on the Yatisu Loans promotion. SG Ghana has extended the Yatisu Loans promotion all the way to the 29th of September 2023. So if you want to pay off those bills or perhaps those kids' school fees or refurbish your home or start building that dream castle you've always fantasized about, well, this is your golden ticket. SG Ghana has actually given you more time to jump on this epic loan promotion. They're offering discounted interest rates on the loans, and of course you don't have to be a customer of SG Ghana. You can still qualify as long as you are an employee or you have a salary or you are on the Accountant General's payroll, the Controller and Accountant General's payroll. So listen, go to any of their 42 network branches and get in on the Yatisu Loans promotion reloaded, which now ends on the 29th of September 2023. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you.
Now, as a business owner, you want your business to grow. The Fidelity Ejapa account is here to help you. Now, with the Fidelity Ejapa account, you enjoy convenient payment and cash collection options such as GHQR and also mobile money collect and mobile teller cash collection. Also, you get access to competitively priced loans, a dedicated relationship officer, free insurance cover worth up to 48,000 Ghana cedis, and free inter-account transfer and free subscription to our e-banking platforms. If you think this sounds good, wait for what I'm about to tell you. The Fidelity Ejapa account is an interest-earning current account. Yes, interest-earning current account, and it's available to both registered and sole proprietors trading in their personal names. So if you're a sole proprietor or self-employed individual, it's time to do good business with Fidelity Bank. Join hundreds of businesses that have already signed up to the Fidelity Ejapa account, and it might just be your best decision yet. You can dial star 776 star 0 hashtag or visit fidelitybank.com.gh today or sign up for the Fidelity Ejapa account. Terms and conditions apply. Together we are more. Fidelity Bank, Believe with us.
And we've got exciting news. One that will certainly excite you. Our good old Fun Yogo is back. And you know it's good for you. Yes, you listening right now. Fun Yogo, Ghana's #1 tasty and refreshing cool treats from the good old days, is back and tastes exactly as you remember it to be. Rest assured, the texture and taste have been restored to bring you your ever refreshing Fun Yogo, which will get you reminiscing about your blasts from the past when it's the classic, whether it's the classic strawberry or the exciting new mango passion. Fun Yogo is here to refresh and quench you on the go. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just grab a Fun Yogo now to relive your best moments of the good old days. Fun Yogo is certainly back. Fun Yogo, so cool, so good.
All right, now don't forget the Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited back to school promotion is on until the 31st of October 2023. So you get 10 to 15% off textbooks, pens, pencils, erasers, exercise books, and so much more across all branches. So that's Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takrady, Winneba, and Cape Coast. Listen, so if you're a parent or a teacher, come in and get all of your stock from them. You can call 0302 764 101 or 0302 764 209. Email info@kingdomgh.com or go to kingdomgh.com to learn more. Kingdom Books, where quality and affordability are both assured. Terms and conditions apply.
And Toyota Ghana is giving you a good deal on this vehicle: the dynamic Starlet, the robust Hilux, and the powerful Fortuna diesel. You get huge price discounts, and there's more good news because you get to service any of these vehicles that you buy from Toyota Ghana for an entire year for free. As you well know, this golden opportunity won't be around forever, so please get in touch with Toyota Ghana now. Visit any of their showrooms here in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Tamale, Takwa, and Takrady. You can also reach Toyota Ghana on phone on 0302 910204, and they have credit purchase arrangements also available. Toyota, superior quality.
So the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana is organizing its 60th anniversary presidential luncheon, which actually themed our planet, our health, our well-being. And of course, this is on the 28th of September 2023. Now, the other thing you should know is that it's happening at the Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, Accra. The guest of honor is Mr. Michael Mensah. He's the Deputy CEO of Development Bank Ghana. You should join the guest speaker, Dr. Felix Anya, who is the executive chairman of Holy Trinity Medical Center. And you can also visit icagh.org to register now at a rate of 1,200 cedis. Call 0243551788 or 02089203373 for ticket reservation and sponsorship. ICAG Presidential Luncheon is just not lunch, yes, but a great platform for business networking and nurturing great partnerships. Don't miss it, Marabi. I promise Kojo, but I've changed my mind. I'm taking you rather.
I have attended, I think, 2 years ago.
You've done it before.
It was great, yes.
It's actually sponsored by PwC, Deloitte, KPMG, Bank of Ghana, GCB, Cocoa Board, Obsidian, Acherna, and I was taught how to say this one too. So, Vivo Energy, ACCA, SIC, Priority Insurance, Mazda, MTN, VRA, Nafas, RN Ventures, Casapreco Enterprise Group, then Total Family Health Organization. The media partners are Graphic News Plus and the Multimedia Group.
All right, now if you're looking for a freight forwarding company to handle both your inbound and outbound shipment, then this one is certainly for you. Now, IAS FedEx offers a wide variety of international freight services, which include air freight, sea freight, customs clearance, and documentation. Now, the international operations link more than 200 countries, supported by extensive domestic networks in all key markets, and they offer a range of fast and direct freight services to suit your needs. They have dedicated staff too. They have in-depth knowledge in the local customs clearance processes and procedures. IAS FedEx pre-finances freight pickups up to an agreed threshold for their clients with terms and conditions. Please contact IAS FedEx now for free consultation on international freight services and customs clearance processes. Here are numbers to call: 050-160-5000 or 050-163-1000. With IAS Ghana, your freight is firmly financially secured.
So, men of the people like Raymond, they hide their Mercedes-Benz, so that people will not, so they don't get opprobrium. Yes, but thankfully, Silver Star Auto says even if it's a hidden car, they will still be able to give it some free inspection, and you get 15% discount on genuine spare parts for either passenger or commercial vehicles as long as they are Mercedes-Benz. Go visit any of their outlets in Accra, at Graphic Road, in Tema, and in Kumasi. The promo ends on the 30th of September 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, are you one of those people who pile up rubbish in heaps in front of your beautiful house? Change your style. Don't be like that. Now, of course, Mama B, if you are one of those who wait for the rains and then dump your rubbish in the gutter, change your style.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be like that. Zoom Lion has gone digital and introduced a whole new baller style. You just have to dial the star 857 hashtag and on your phone to request for a bin or make payment for your services with no hassle. Enjoy amazing discounts when you pay with star 857 hashtag across all networks. Call 0501 518 410 or DM us on social media platforms to find out more. Change your baller style today. Baller. Why? Yeah, Zoom Lion.
Shame on you if you wait for the rains to
then you drop it small.
Where do you think it's going?
Then go and block the drain. Then your place will be flooded. Then you lose everything that you had. But Zoom Lion can help you out. Waste management experts.
That's right.
All right, here's our UPSA Law School Point of Law series today. Still in the spirit of celebrating an amazing man, Professor Dateba. This is a decision in one of the cases that he was on. And the case is Ghana Lotto Operators Association and others versus National Lottery Authorities, a 2008 Supreme Court decision. And it says, interpreting the Constitution as a living organism implies that sometimes there may be a departure from the subjective intention of the framers of it. The objective purpose of the Constitution may require an interpretation different from that of the original framers of it. And that's our UPSA Law School Point of Law series today.
Thank you. All right, time for the nutrition line from Nestle, and of course, they offer good food for a good life.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo all-in-one for you. It's so milky, I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids all-in-one. It's truly milky and rich in calcium. Milo, energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved.
This is Nestle Nutrition Line. Nestle Nutrition Line is a public service program from Nestle Ghana Limited. Nestle Nutrition Line offers tips on good food for a good life. Now to your presenter.
Hello, good morning. On today's edition of Nestle Nutrition Line, we're discussing what your eyes say about your health, specifically heart health. I'm Jackie Ankra, also known as Na Ajiliswa, and I welcome you warmly to the sweetest corner of the day. An ophthalmologist or eye specialist can detect early signs of heart disease during an eye examination. For example, due to age and other risk factors such as high blood pressure and high cholesterol, arteries may narrow and become clogged with plaque. This condition is known as atherosclerosis and can affect blood vessels in the heart, brain, and entire body, including the eyes. Small pieces of cholesterol plaque can sometimes break away and travel to the arteries of the eye, making them visible during an eye exam. This plaque enables the forming of blood clots, which can cause a stroke. If your eye doctor spots plaque deposits, he or she will refer you to your main doctor, who will do further diagnostic testing. Eye doctors can also detect hypertension during an eye examination if they notice damaged arteries or bulging veins in the eye. They can also spot elevated cholesterol levels by detecting yellow bumps or raised areas around the eyes when conducting an examination. These are just a few reasons why you have to have an eye examination if you haven't done so in a while. I'd like to thank you for tuning in this and every weekday morning. Have a beautiful day and don't forget we're only a phone call away. Please reach out and let's share ideas together. Your feedback is precious as you are. The numbers to call 0302 517 020 or 0302 211 880. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Toll free 0800 12 0001. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to midnight. Weekends and holidays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. To WhatsApp, SMS or call, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The following numbers 0593 845697, 0593 845649, 0593 845708. You can also email consumerservices@gh.nestle.com.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo all-in-one for you. It's so milky, I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids all in one. It's truly milky and rich in calcium. Milo, energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved.
I know exactly how my wife feels at any point in time. I know when she's happy.
Hey.
I know when she's sad.
Hello.
I know when she's just not in the mood.
What?
It's all thanks to her caller tune.
Express yourself with your MTN caller tune and let it do the talking. Simply dial *1355# and download your favorite caller tune or copy or renew your existing caller tune. Send start to 1355 or dial *1355# to subscribe today. MTN.
Have you ever thought of the one that makes you complete? An escape from the clutches of interest charges. With the Standard Chartered Visa debit and credit cards, payments are completed at the speed of light, intertwined with interest earning accounts. You also get unbelievable rewards every time you swipe. You have access to over 1,200 airport lounges worldwide. High credit limits of up to 100,000 Ghana cedis and up to 50 days interest-free with our credit cards. You also get to enjoy full multi-trip travel insurance for 90 days. Fees discounted at your feet with our globally partnered merchant points. Bills are always settled, not battled. Get the Standard Chartered debit and credit card now. Call toll-free on 0800 740 100 or 0302 740 100 or reach us via email on feedback.ghana@sc.com. Standard Chartered, here for good.
1xBet jackpot is here with weekly massive prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is place your bets on any sports game and stand a chance to win. Simply register at 1xbet.com.gh. Use promo code JackpotGhana and place your bets. 1xBet is your key to great victories. Feel like a winner. 1xBet.
Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
All right, it's a birthday messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go, Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. And Franco Trading Enterprise, still phone Papa Pef.
Yeah, all right.
You want to start? Yes, why not?
Today is
a very good friend of mine who's a pastor, Pastor Felix Ebo Mensah of Taifa Presby, and his daughter Orekwa Kisiwa Mensah. They share the same birthday, father and daughter. Enjoy your birthday. It's also Professor Lord Mensah's birthday, and to the father of the house, thanks for keeping it together through the changing scenes of our lives. The kids and I are grateful to the Almighty for adding another year to yours, Lord. Stay. Don't let anything rub you off your fan, especially for today. All right, so that's from your wife, Safam, and your children, and myself to you, Professor Lord Mensah. Enjoy your birthday today.
Okay, well, I've got a few here, and this one is wishing my twin brother Andy Dusty a happy and blessed birthday, and this one is from George Amiel of Guba. So it's actually Andy Dusty's birthday today. That's nice. Yeah,
He's a twin?
No, he's not. I think George just thinks he looks a little bit like him.
Oh.
Yes. Now, I hope this one comes in time because my niece, Kokoi Hammond, is 10 years old today. Happy birthday to you from the whole family. Have a special one. This one says, happy birthday to Ian Okwe of Tema Development Corporation. He's the COO of Big Joe Organic Wache in Tema, Community 7. A healthy, hearty, happy birthday from Johnny Dadze. And this one. Happy birthday to you've done that, the father of the house, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Happy birthday to Lila Daisy Hagan. That's Mrs. Lila Daisy Hagan of Fidelity Bank at Ridge. You've been an amazing wife and mother. On this special occasion, we celebrate you. It's from your husband and the children, Troy, Tyrell, and Tori.
All right, I've got the last one. Happy 70th birthday to Brother Ishmael Ni Nyako Oblite Tete, founder and leader of Ethiopian Mission Sakaman from the Ato and Ajay families. We wish him God's blessings.
All right. Okay, so the Joy Sports Center is brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go, Standard Chartered Bank,
we're here for good.
Allianz Life Insurance,
we secure your future.
1xBet, your reliable bookmaker, and DSTV.
It's your moment. So listen, I want you to just imagine sitting in the stands of Anfield, cheering on Liverpool FC and joining several fans jump and scream at Mo Salah's stand and go. Well, this dream could come true for you because Standard Chartered wants to take you and your partner to Anfield to watch Liverpool FC play live. Now, if you are a non-client of Standard Chartered, here's what to do. Download the SC mobile app, open an account, start transacting. If you're an existing client, just keep doing you. That means keep transacting more to participate in this campaign. Remember, the more you transact, the more presents you gain in the basket for that final draw that selects the ultimate winner. And there are other consolation prizes as well. So go ahead and open that account and transact now to watch Liverpool FC play live at Anfield. And this promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Standard Chartered.
Here for good. All right, now listen, imagine getting rewarded for doing something you already do every day. If it sounds too good to be true, well, that's exactly what Momo season is all about. There's something for everyone. Download the Momo app on Play Store or App Store and use Momo Pay for your day-to-day pay. Terms and conditions
apply. And 1xBet players can get on the road to success much faster. Just take part in the Jackpot of the Week promotion. Go to the promotion page on the site or in the bookmaker's application and get a chance to win. No one guarantees that you will quickly become a millionaire. However, success favors only brave ones. So you know the name of the game, risk and win. Register on 1xBet and get a welcome bonus of up to 2,650 Ghana cedis with promo code GH Jackpots. Fence, good morning.
Good morning, Mama V. Good morning, all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Fentur, Tahiru Fentur. Coming up this morning.
Run into the box and find Gundogan, and now it's Bernardo Silva! Manchester City double their lead. They have air to breathe.
Raiding from the right. Oh, and it's a flick by Nunez. Darwin Nunez inside 4 minutes.
Mourinho. Martinez challenged just outside the box. Rising try. What a save by Ter Stegen.
That's right. 100 days after Man City won their first ever Champions League title, the competition returns tonight with live commentary on Hits 103.9 FM and Joy 99.7 FM. We have a preview of Match Day 1 coming up. But also in this bulletin,
Daniel Williams with the lead at the moment, applying the pressure from the rest and trying to come back at her, but they're not going to catch her this time. She takes it there. Camacho Quinn in second place, and the winning time 12.32. It's another super fast time. Toby Amuzan taking it.
That's right, just 24 hours after winning a third consecutive Diamond League trophy, Nigeria's 100-meter hurdles world record holder Toby Amusan is dragged to the Court of Arbitration for Sport by the Athletics Integrity Unit for doping violations. Details later. And we will tell you what happened when Cristiano Ronaldo and his Al Nassr teammates arrived in the Iranian capital, Tehran, for an AFC Champions League game later tonight. But first, Keto Kreku is set to contest the upcoming Ghana Football Association elections unopposed after the appeals committee of the FA dismissed George Afriye's appeal against his disqualification to contest the elections later this year. The committee agrees with the position of the elections committee that Mr. Afriye's nomination form for the presidential elections did not meet the requirements. Muftar Nabila Abdullah of the Joy Sports desk has more on the story.
The invalidity of any document cannot be cured by reference to Article 8.3 of the Elections Regulations. Indeed, if Mr. George Kwesi Afriye had submitted invalid tax clearance certificate or invalid police clearance certificate, it would have made his nomination invalid. The committee said in its rulings to Mr. Afriye on Monday, it agrees with the position of the Elections Committee that the nomination form for the presidential elections did not meet the requirements. George Afriye, a former vice president of the football governing body, was disqualified from contesting this year's elections after one of his subscribers, Victory Warriors FC, used an official who is not registered as a signatory of the club. This was revealed to the committee by a petitioner who stated Jeffrey Asari, who signed on behalf of Victory Warriors FC as director of the club, was not a signatory of the company, contrary to Article 13J2 of the GFA Statutes 2019. Investigations by the committee indeed show that Mr. Asari has no details at the Register of Companies or GFA as a signatory of the club, hence invalidating his nomination form, which required 5 signatures or endorsements. The committee added that George Kwesi Afriye included a seat statutory declaration form from another person who had not supported his nomination. This document is irrelevant as it is not from a GFA member indicated on the nomination form as supporting Mr. George Afriye.
That's right. So until George Afriye decides to go to a higher judicial body to contest his disqualification, Keto Kreku is set to go unopposed. The elections are set for September 27 this year. Now, Mediama head coach Evans Adote believes the club already have able replacements for ex-captain Vincent Atinga. Atinga, the reigning Ghana Premier League Player of the Year, left the Takwa Bay side last week, just days before their CAF Champions League first leg qualifier against Horoya FC, which they won by 3-1. Adote believes the current squad is more than capable of filling the void.
I said the other time, especially when we met at the pre-conference, this question came up, and then I did say, if Atinga is not there, we need a replacement. I'm one coach who always want to create competition within the team or among the players. So if Atinga is gone, definitely there is someone to step in his shoes. And you saw it did happen today.
Evans Adote there. Talking about confident, Winfred Dormon is the Dreams FC assistant coach. He is confident that he will have a full squad to choose from ahead of his side's CAF Confederation Cup second leg qualifier against FC Kalon. They won the first leg 2-1 in Accra despite some notable absentees due to injuries.
So yes, 2 weeks from now, we believe that the medical team will work very, very hard to make sure we have a full house. So that we can have a lot of options to select from. And I'm still positive that we will go to Freetown to get a result because we need this competition very, very important to make a statement, not only for Dreams FC, but for the entire nation.
Dreams boss, one friend, Dormon, Kumasi Asante Kotoko's head coach is Prosper Nate Ogum. He believes his team will get better as the season progresses. The Porcupine Warriors were held to a 0-0 draw at home by Heart of Lions on the opening weekend of the Ghana Premier League season. Kotoko didn't particularly play well, but Ogum says he saw enough positives to be confident for the future.
To me, what I saw today is good of individual players, but then we can do better. I mean, it's good, better, best. So what I saw was good. I'm okay with it. I don't have any doubt about this team that as the league progresses, we'll get better in offensive and defense. We'll create more chances and we can win games.
That's Asante Kotoko head coach Prosper Ogum. Now, Spain players have reiterated that they are boycotting the women's national team despite being called up to the latest squad. A group of 81 players boycotted the national team after then Spanish FA boss Luis Rubiales kissed forward Henny Hermoso following last month's final. Here's the BBC's Joe Curry with more.
Well, Spain are due to play Sweden away on Friday night and then host Switzerland at home on Tuesday in their first ever Women's Nation League matches. Now, the squad for these matches were actually expected to be announced last week, but it had to be postponed after 39 of the players, including 21 of the World Cup winners, said they would remain on strike until further changes at the Spanish Federation took place. Fast forward to today, and the brand new head coach, Montse Tomé, has finally named her squad. Now, as part of the squad, there are 15 World Cup winners in there. There are also players such as Mappy Leon, who refused to play at the World Cup, but there is no place for Jenny Hermoso, of course, the player at the centre of the kiss at the final.
That's the BBC's Joe Curry. Well, the Champions League is back. Man City begin their title defence tonight against Red Star Belgrade as the European competitions return to Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9 FM. Pep Guardiola's side are joined by Arsenal, Man United and Newcastle from the Premier League, with the latter making their return to the competition after a 20-year absence. City will be without the injured John Stones, Jack Grealish, Mateo Kovacic and Kevin De Bruyne for the game tonight, but Ghana's Osman Bukari is expected to play a key role for the Serbians. There's live commentary of this game at 7 p.m. tonight on Hits 103.9 FM and Joy 99.7 FM. Guardiola, he says defending the title will be difficult.
I was incredibly proud to be manager of Barcelona team in that period. We won 2 times in 4 years the Champions League, but we didn't win it in a row. So it's so difficult. But okay, just try it. Be ourselves. And if we are able, okay. If we are not able to do it, like the previous 6 seasons together, qualify for the next season and try it again.
Newcastle, they faced last season's semi-finalist AC Milan in their first game of the campaign. Their boss is Eddie Howe, and he says he feels very proud to return the club to the Champions League after a 20-year absence.
Yeah, no, I've never attended one. I've always been too busy working to take one in. But it's not something I've given any thought to. It's a game of football, and yeah, I think it'd be a proud moment for me. I think it'd be a proud moment for everyone connected with Newcastle to be back into the Champions League after a long period away. But it is a game of football, and I think that's just how we have to approach it. Yes, it's a special game, and we have to be at our best. And there's slight differences in terms of where we've travelled, but the game will be the same. But it will be a very difficult one.
Eddie Howe, AC Milan versus Newcastle United kicks off at 4:45 p.m. In other Tuesday night games, Barcelona face Antwerp, PSG take on Dortmund, Celtic go to Feyenoord, Lazio host Atletico Madrid, Shakhtar Donetsk take on FC Porto, and Young Boys face Leipzig. Now let's do some Premier League, where there was one game on Monday night.
Awonyi chests it down and keeps hold of it, lays it now for Hudson-Odoi, who curls one into the top corner from the edge of the box. It's a wonderful goal to mark his debut in front of the Trent end. He goes on a knee slide.
Kelly Hudson-Odoi scored a glorious equaliser on his Nottingham Forest debut to earn a Premier League draw against Burnley. The Clarets looked to be controlling the game, but deadline day signing Hudson-Odoi had other ideas, curling a stunning strike into the top corner on the hour mark to pool level. Let's wrap up with some athletics.
Danielle Williams with the lead at the moment, applying the pressure from the rest and trying to come back at her, but they're not going to catch her this time. She takes it there. Camacho Quinn in second place, and the winning time 12.32. It's another super fast time. Toby Amuzan taking it.
Yeah, Toby Amusan, the Athletics Integrity Unit has begun the process of appealing the ruling of its disciplinary tribunal clearing Toby Amusan of doping violations. Deji Oganyingbo is a Nigerian athletics reporter, and he tells Joy Sports the whole thing feels like a witch hunt.
And it's a bit strange because this is literally first of its kind, where the integrity units are challenging the decision of a tribunal, an independent tribunal for that matter. So it could only mean two things. Either they are very sure about the conviction on Toby Amusan, or it's a witch hunt. I mean, a lot of Nigerians have taken it as a witch hunt because I can't think of any athletes in recent memory that has gone through this sort of ordeal. But then again, most athletes are not world record holders. Our camp has been a bit coy about the news, which they've done right from the outside time. But for Toby, I'm pretty sure the way she has carried herself with so much grace so far, she would continue.
That's Nigerian athletics reporter Deji Oganyingbo there. And Ronaldo and his teammates shut down Tehran yesterday when the team arrived. His team bus was followed by scores of people. The hotel was stormed. The training was cancelled, all because Ronaldo arrived in Tehran for an AFC Champions League game. It was crazy last night, even before the match. Wondering what it would be tonight when Ronaldo and his teammates take on Persepolis as a team that plays in...
Take on what?
Persepolis. That's what's the name of the team.
Where are they based?
Tehran. That's where Ronaldo is.
All right.
Anyway, that's all the sports this morning on the Joy Sports Center. I'm Fentu, Tahiru Fentu.
Thanks, friends. There's more sports on myjoyonline.com. You can't blame me. If you go to the US, we probably will follow you. But Tehran, anyway, it's 57 minutes after 7 here on the Super Morning Show. Our social media messages, as always, brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Ghana AIDS Commission, test to know your HIV status and take steps to protect your health, and GTP Lifestyle. Now, every day people face different emergencies: police emergency, fire emergency, medical emergency. But do you know the emergency number to dial when you find yourself in a money emergency situation? Well, the number is *770#, *770#. It gives you instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility payments, airtime, and data purchases, so much more, even without data. So there's no need to panic when you find yourself in any money emergency. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. What you need to remember, though, is *770#. Dial it for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
EcoBank Mobile, they make me say, EcoBank Mobile, they make me crazy. Download it and use it. It go make your life so easy. Download it. You go enjoy it. You can pay bills, you can buy credit, you can pay school fees, even church tights with the Apple. EcoBank Apple. Life is easy with the EcoBank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the EcoBank mobile app. You know, it's 5-star life with EcoBank. Can promise.
Guess what? Orca Decor is still celebrating our 20th anniversary. Get 50% off top quality furniture, accessories, decor, and more. Hurry, oh, hurry. The items are flying off the shelves. Visit Orca on Spintex Road and the newly opened Accra Mall branch today.
Super Morning Show.
It's the Super Morning Show, exactly 8 a.m. now. Time for us to bring you the Joy Business Minutes. Thanks to Consolidated Bank and Anointed Electricals. Here's the Joy Business Minutes.
Hello and welcome to the Joy Business Minute. Brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, and Anointed Electricals, your generator experts. Government is set to roll out 3 additional trade centers in targeted markets around the world before the end of this year. The move is part of several measures by managers of the economy to support growth of the country's non-traditional exports. The Ghana cedi is expected to remain relatively stable against the US dollar this week as risk of investor sentiment cools off. This is coming after the local currency lost 0.43% to the American greenback last week. And the director of the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, Professor Peter Quartey, is urging government to avoid certain mistakes in the first domestic debt exchange program, which witnessed agitations from many think tanks. That's all for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, and Anointed Electricals, your generator experts.
Wake up, good morning, good morning.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town. Joy 99.7 FM. Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
It's the Super Morning Show, and it's a Tuesday, 1 minute after 8. You just had the Joy Business Minutes, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana CBG. We stand with you and Anointed Electricals, the generator experts.
Now, are you an SME business owner? School, hospital, church, club, or association? At CBG, we understand that every cedi counts when you're working to grow your business. That's why we have designed this interest-bearing business account that gives you true value for money. CBG Business Plus account offers you attractive interest rate, access to checkbooks, USSD banking, local and international cards, alerts, internet banking, the CBG mobile app, the CBG money voucher platform, and top-notch relationship management. Walk into any of our 114 branches. Yes, 114 branches nationwide to get your Business Plus account today. For more information, contact CBG on 0302 216 000, 0302 216 000. Of course, you can send them an email to info@cbg.com.gh. The website is actually cbg.com.gh, or on all social media handles: Facebook, X, Instagram. You know, sometimes you forget that.
We're not used to the X.
Yes.
What is X?
I have to change in my head consistently.
So how do you say X me? Did you say X me? Because you tweet, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do? X?
You post. So now you post and repost. So you don't retweet, you post and repost.
It's not nice.
Yes, I agree with you, I mean, clearly. So X and Instagram too. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we start with you. Let me say shout outs to the CEO of CBG.
All right, listen, Anointed Electrical Engineering Services Limited is into sales of ultra-silent generators. 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA. Have you noticed that these days the doom has become a lot more? So you need a generator on standby. That's why you need to get in touch with Anointed Electrical Engineering Services. They also they maintain and repair all kinds of diesel generators as well. They have genuine spare parts on sale. Get to them. They are in East Legon. You can find them on the Lagos Avenue Road opposite Tom Rick Hotel in Tema, on the Tema General Hospital Road, Community 9, just after the overhead. And their head office in Odoko at number 77 Anointed House of the Odoko Malam Road, Accra. They have branches all over. So look for Anointed, the generator experts, and talk to them. Here's a hotline number to call: 0243 480 334. 0243 480 334. Anointed Electricals, the generator experts. Now, yesterday, the Electoral Commission addressed the press. But you know that the Electoral Commission's chairperson, in particular, Jean Mensa, has come under some sort of scrutiny for something that she said back in 2016. They say she's been shifting the goalpost. She's refuting assertions that the commission will disenfranchise many eligible voters over its refusal to conduct the limited registration at electoral areas. So political parties, including the NDC, I think about 5 of them, are in court. Some CSOs as well have been criticizing the Electoral Commission, and it all has to do with the opening up of the process. But as you well know, the Electoral Commission has refused. We want to take you back to the Electoral Commission chairperson now, Jean Mensa, when she was heading the IEA then in 2016, what she said. Take a listen.
It is important to note that this will not be the only registration exercise before the 2024 election. In line with our plans to promote an inclusive participatory registration process, we plan to institute continuous registration in all our district offices nationwide in 2020 for a considerable length of time. In addition to that, we will identify difficult to access areas and undertake a mop-up registration of voters in those areas. Of course, we will rely on data from the Ghana Statistical Service and our own database to determine areas where the registration figures are low as a result of inaccessibility to our district offices. And I'd like to repeat this, that this is not the only registration exercise prior to the elections in 2024. In line with our plan to promote an inclusive participatory registration process, we plan to institute registration in all our offices nationwide in 2024 for a considerable length of time. In addition to that, we will identify difficult to access areas and undertake a mop-up registration of voters in those areas. We wish to assure the good people of Ghana that we have their best interests at heart. We do not, and I repeat, we do not intend to disenfranchise eligible voters.
All right, so that's Jean Mensa not speaking in 2016. This was just yesterday, addressing the press on some concerns that have come up. But Senior Program Officer for CDD, Paul Abrampa Mensah, says the EC's explanation does not resolve the core issues plaguing the registration exercise. Take a listen.
So it is an exercise that you will do everything as a commission to whip up people's enthusiasm to get involved and to register. But for you to even say that, yes, probably you understand that people may not be able to register at this time and you're going to do a mop-up, but the mop-up is targeted for the presidential elections, then you are so emphasizing the fact of neglect of the district level elections and confirming the upper level, the national we all have. So it does not solve the problem going forward.
All right, so that's the CDD's Paul Abrampa Mensah. But before that, you heard Jean Mensa. And Raymond, I was just referring to something that Jean Mensa said back in 2016, where she was advocating then as executive director of the IEA for an expansion in the registration process, similar to what we're doing now. And people are now referring to that and saying, oh, when you were IEA boss, you wanted an expansion. Now that you are EC boss, that you are in the position to actually carry out what you were advocating then, you've shifted the goalposts.
Now, at the core of this conversation is the belief that people ought to be registered to participate in the electoral process, and that the right to vote is a fundamental human right. In fact, if you could believe, in one of the newspapers this morning, I think it's the Ghanaian Times, there's a quote from London in there about how the right to vote is so fundamental to every democracy that nobody should put any impediment in anybody's way in an attempt to actually get that happening. First, there was an agreement that we are likely to do every year, which is even what the law says, registration of a sort. We even reached a point that we said we're going to do unlimited registration. So when you turn 18, you just walk to the relevant office and go and do it. All of these have not been happening. So when in the last 2 years or so you've not been doing the registration and you are called upon to expand because your anticipated 1.3 million, maybe more than just that number, it may have to double or even triple it to get the right numbers in there. It makes sense. And I've heard civil society people arguing that what you should not be doing in these times is forcing the gentleman, whoever in Peru East or Afram Plains, to travel a very long distance to go and register because they don't have the resources. Some say they have to travel with as much as 100 cedi to be able to go and register. So that what? They give your father a job? I mean, think about it. It's not as if this democracy is even yielding the right results that people are so eager to participate in it. But when you put further impediments in their way, it will be difficult for that to happen. Some time ago in 2012, what they did was that they put the places in clusters. So around Jimpa, right? The school had a center. You do the registration this week, you move the following week to West Legon. Yeah, then you have the likes of Chamati and Co coming to register.
So
then
this
you
is
move further down.
a mobile kind of system.
Yes, every single week you move. So that people in areas, you know the numbers. And you know the new numbers you expect on board. Will not have to travel for a very long distance. Legon has so many centers. It doesn't make sense to ask the Legon students who are struggling to raise money to feed themselves to travel as far as Range. Not for entertainment, not for any other relation, so that you can enjoy a long queue. You then force the political parties with resources to be the ones passing them and providing food for them too. Because why? If the guy comes to sit down at the EC's place, which restaurant is there to feed him? Ordinarily, a student of Legon would have actually decided I'm eating at Ninth Market or any of the other places. But you are asking him to go as far as the EC's.
I was even going to talk
which
about
restaurant is he going to feed from?
Cost of food around that area.
So somebody ought to feed that child who will stay there the whole day and less likely to be registered. That's even the worst part.
But they say it's a limited exercise, so the big one will come later,
with respect,
which will be closer to the people.
Yes, but you see, what we don't get with this thinking is that first, what makes you think that I'll have the opportunity to be part of the next one? See, me. 2020, I was not around. We wrote petition that they should register. They said no, we should get away. But you think about it, going into the future. Today, if I have to leave here and go and join the queue, spend the whole day, what would I be telling HR that I'm leaving here to go and join a queue for the whole day to get registered? You tell me. But what would be my argument that I'm taking leave to go and join the whole queue the whole day so that I can get registered by 4 p.m.
But Kojo, how is that fair? I want to register now, and you're telling me
that,
if you're not able to reach me, I should wait. You do it another time. I mean, how is that fair? It's a national exercise.
Yeah, no, this one is just for
it's my right.
Who want to vote in the district level elections?
But who told us that the people who are actually going to register, they don't want to be part of the district level election? Why the district level election? Do we select people? Is it a delegate election? Is it for specialized kind of people? I mean, the more the EC speaks on this matter,
be an issue.
Yeah, but the more the EC speaks on this matter,
maybe it's for those with bus fare.
It sounds like they are not serious with this process. And yes, if you want people to take you serious after all that's happened, anyway, who told the EC not to register people last year? You would have reduced the numbers you're talking about here. Who told the EC not to do the previous year's registration?
Raymond, I just hope that we don't come back regretting. You know, we don't say, "Oh, had I known
and
that
there's
I should have listened to stakeholders."
That's also, quite frankly, nauseating. The posturing that, oh yes, we are in charge, so we determine what we want to do. In any case, with respect, your own law said that you should have done registration yearly. In fact, there was a conversation, I remember after 2016, that conversation was that this period where we set a specific date may happen once in a while, but we have opened our doors. You can just walk in. Why are we doing the continuous registration every day? Could people just walk into the EC's district offices and get registered? If that was happening, wouldn't that have reduced the numbers? And we have even entertained the idea that the entire NIA process is that when you turn 18, if we registered you for NIA, let's say 15 or 14 or 16, when you turn 18, you can just walk in and go and choose where you should add what they call it, a voting center.
Voter registration exercise contributes to a free and fair election.
It's at the core of it.
The thing that concerns me whenever we bring up the NIA, I get really worried because this is the clearest evidence that state institutions are not working together in the interest of the state. They seem to be working in their own interests. They seem to only care about what will give them the most influence, what will give them the opportunity to do the most procurement, instead of working together to achieve the ultimate goal of making society better. Because we already have a law that has established that the NIA is the one institution mandated to collect this information, to register Ghanaians. They are doing it. So if you want there is no more accurate source of information about who is eligible to vote in this country than NIA data. So every effort should be made by those who need NIA data the most to support the NIA to get that data so that they cannot tap in. Because but if not for the fact that everybody wants to do their own procurement, why would you say things like the NIA cannot impose its data on us? No one has said NIA should impose its data on you, but the data is what you need. You need it. You need it. So what is the argument? What's the debate?
What's the sense of repeating when you can have a base for your engagement?
The whole point of having a single source of information is integrity. The thing that they say is half of their mandate, that they must protect the integrity of the register. Well, the idea is that if there is only one source of information about people's identity, that is integrity.
Absolutely. Listen, what do you say? What is your own opinion on this particular issue? 05511119997. That's our WhatsApp number. Send X messages, post on X, and we will share it with the rest of the world. Also coming up here on the Super Morning Show, the Stanbic Bank Graphic Business Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting. The theme is thriving during economic turbulence. That will be on the Super Morning Show shortly, but our big story is brought to you by Vodafone. Further together, latest from your partner for life, Belmonte by CPL developers the ultimate luxury experience, and Access Bank, your number one remittance bank. Access Bank, more than banking.
All right, now the Sukasa Ogranson Community's affordable luxury housing project is now rolling out its affordable housing units on sale. For the 3-bedroom units with an outhouse, that starts from $97,500 or the prevalent city equivalent. And then there are the 4-bedroom units with outhouses starting from $195,000 or the city equivalent. So you get various convenient payment options, and the projects are in East Legon Hills and Ayimensa. You can find the office for Sukasa Ogranson at Lagos Avenue in East Legon. You can call them on 0302 960 865, or you can send a WhatsApp to 055 369 7886 for your inquiries. You can also email info@sukasa.com.gh, and they are on all social media as Sukasa GH. Sukasa, building on trust.
Now, Vodafone Business is thrilled to announce that the highly anticipated VB Runway event is here again. This is an SME-focused forum designed to empower and equip businesses for growth. The theme for this year's VB Runway is Good to Great with Vodafone. Innovate, comply, and expand. Join us for insightful discussions on crucial SME topics such as access to funding and also taxation and innovation. Distinguished key speakers include Patricia Obonai, Dr. Ali Nachia, Andrew Aka, and Charlotte Amankwa. The date is Friday, 29th of September. And of course, this is happening at Movenpick Ambassador Hotel. The time is 8 a.m. to 12. And to attend, contact us on 020-200-436 and 020-200-431, or send an email to sme@vodafone.com for registration. Vodafone, further together.
And could you RENAULT? Renault. Well, if you say Renault, this is not France. but
it is a French word.
It is.
The same way that Twi words should be pronounced correctly in every part of the world. French words should be pronounced correctly
You've got to
everywhere.
say it right, huh?
Renault.
Listen, if you're looking for a convenient way to maintain your Renault vehicle or Renault without compromising with work or spending time with loved ones, let me introduce the Renault Ray by Premium Motors Limited to you as your new mobile van mechanic. Yes, mobile van mechanic. Experience the convenience of Renault Ray at your preferred location with no extra cost. You get to pay the same price just as visiting your workshop. From oil changes to brake inspections and battery replacement, amongst others, we've got your Renault vehicles covered. Book your appointment with Renault Ray on 055-9586-412. That's 055-9586-412. 412. Is this the first time I'm hearing of a mobile van mechanic? This is so cool. Listen, if you drive a Renault, then this is at your convenience, really. Just give them a call and they will come to you.
All right, then. So the Belmonte is where I need you to really go and spend some time, where luxury meets comfort. If you're in the market for a home that combines class, convenience, and comfort, then listen, there's only one place for it. It's Belmonte. Belmonte is in East Legon, in the prime area, just off Lagos Avenue. The Belmonte stylish apartment offers first-class luxury and cutting-edge finishing. So whether you're looking for an executive studio suite, a cozy one-bedroom apartment, a spacious two-bed, or a custom villa, well, they have you covered. That's not all. Belmonte also offers a range of top-notch facilities to relax and keep you entertained. So why wait? Take the first step towards your dream home. Sign up for their 3-year payment plan and own your own property today. Contact them on 0204 343 011 or 0204 343 015. Belmonte is developed by CPL.
And if you're looking for CCTV cameras, you know, those cameras with on-screen display menu and easy configuration, then you should go to Franco Trading. Talk to them. They have chest freezers and refrigerators, washing machine, all types of phones and accessories, smart TVs, and Franco air conditioners as well. Now, when you shop online from their online shops nationwide, you get good 40% discount. So to download the Franco Trading app on Play Store if you don't already have it, or visit their website francotrading.com. Don't pick any number on Google. Here are Franco Trading Enterprise numbers to call: 0246 422 338 or 0555 939 311. Franco Trading Enterprise, still phone papa. We have the Graphic Business Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting coming up today here on the Super Morning Show. The theme is thriving during economic turbulence. We have Mr. Michael Buzombil, CEO of Petrosource, speaking. Professor Ejapoma Jechi Dakon, who's an economist, will also be speaking, as well as Professor John Gachi, CEO and business advisory experts. And Winston is moderating that session. It will be live here on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us.
Ever visited a shop, picked a whole basket of provisions, toiletries, and very essential things you need, battled a long queue to finally pay, only to be told you can't pay to a merchant number? The way that thing they pay, but with Vodafone Cash, there is no problem. Now on Vodafone Cash, you can pay all merchants on all networks. Easy peasy. Aye straight, aye direct, aye sharp. From your Vodafone Cash wallet to any merchant number on other networks. So whether you are buying provisions or fuel, medication or food, whatever the service or need, just pay conveniently from Vodafone Cash to any merchant number. Simply dial *110# to make payment to merchants on other networks today.
Vodafone. Comfort, durability, finishing, quality. Choosing sofas and beds for your home, office or hotel couldn't be easier with an exclusive range of sofas and beds in various designs and colors from Latex Foam. There is so much choice whatever your budget. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
Wouldn't you prefer an apartment hotel? One that offers the utmost convenience of a boutique hotel while offering the idyllic comfort of your own private home. Oasis Park Residences offers luxury studios, 1, 2 and 3 bedrooms, both for short and long-term rental at competitive rates. Our sky swimming pool, gourmet outdoor restaurant, and a fully equipped gym rest on a breathtaking rooftop with panoramic views of the city. Oasis Park Residences, located at Shiashi Tetekwashi, 10 minutes from the international airport, is the ideal place for all your accommodation needs. Why don't you give us a call on 020-4343-009 or visit our website at oasisparkresidences.com to make your reservations. Oasis Park Residences, more than a home.
It's morning in Africa. It won't be bright for another hour or two, but the continent is already on the move. Trade is kicking up and spirits are high as the continent prepares to move yet another 1 million tons of goods to markets across the seas. It's the hour for making tea and coffee, of cotton bales, splitting wood, diamonds in metal boxes, and tall buildings going up. The train engines are revving up, factories are opening, and big undersea cables are pushing the continent alive. 4 time zones, 1 million opportunities, and vibrant young professionals 100 million strong. It's morning in Africa, and one bank is opening the door to endless opportunities. With seamless Pan-African payment and trade solutions and presence in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, we are Africa's gateway to the world.
Access, more than banking.
About 1/3 of a million people live with HIV in Ghana. Close to 10,000 of them die each year, mostly as a result of a lack of antiretroviral drugs and adherence. In fact, close to 57% of children under 14 years living with HIV do not receive antiretroviral drugs, again as a result of inadequate funds to provide them with medication.
Life expectancy for these children is grim. The big worry: close to 16,300 people are newly infected with HIV each year. With this alarming rate of HIV infections, all of us are in danger, and Ghana is headed for an epidemic explosion if nothing is done now to avert it. While the Ghana AIDS Commission is working hard to overturn the situation, the Commission urgently needs funding support from corporate Ghana and individuals to save lives. We're therefore appealing to you, corporate entities and individuals, to support the National HIV and AIDS Fund by dialing *9898# on MTN and Vodafone and follow the prompts, or pay into the National HIV and AIDS Fund account number 101-863-161-3233, Bank of Ghana. Your donation will be used to prevent new infections and provide care for people living with HIV, including children affected by AIDS. For further information, please call Ghana AIDS Commission on 0302 919260 or email info@ghanaids.gov.gh. Give to save a life today. Ghana AIDS Commission, partnering to eliminate HIV and AIDS.
Hey, Cashman.
Yeah.
Don't you know Nana has assembled all of us and you are here making calls?
My generator is spoiled too. So I'm calling a renowned Ghanaian company with an excellent track record in the sales and repairs of generator sets in Accra to come and repair for me.
Oh, is it Anointed Electricals?
Yeah.
Anointed Electricals deals in quality and genuine generators with high fuel efficiency. We also rent generators.
They sell quality generators from 10 kVA to 2500 kVA. They have spare parts of other generators and can repair every faulty generator set even if you didn't buy from them.
Look, now we don't have any electrical problem in Accra.
Oh, how?
Because Anointed Electricals is right here at East Legon, Lagos Avenue, opposite Tomric Hotel.
And that's why Nana is calling us.
Okay.
Yes. If you want to buy a brand new generator or repair the old one, visit Anointed Electricals. Or if you are within Accra, call our hotline 0246 423 534
or call 0243 480 334. They have qualified and dedicated men on 24-hour after sales service.
Then let's go and listen to Nana. Let's go.
Gosh, after giving you the hint, won't you give me anything?
Anointed, the generator experts.
Good morning. Welcome to the original magazine show, the Super Morning Show. Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
You're welcome.
I support you, okay?
Thank you, Mama B. You're always in my corner. These people, don't mind them. It's the
Can you
Super
believe
Morning
that?
Show on Joy. In a very short while, we're going live What is
Why
saying?
Sami Odame?
What does Sami want?
Sami Odame.
What have we taken?
He said,
public?
"Don't take public. What is private?" That's what
But
he's
we
saying.
haven't taken anything public.
I heard you people talking.
It reminds me of the parable of the three guys who went to steal a goat. They ate it in the bush, and then when they were coming, they met someone selling palm wine, and one of them said, "Give me some palm wine to drink onto my good meal." Meanwhile, they had all agreed never to talk about the goat they had chewed. Then the second guy said, but didn't we agree that we'll never talk about this goat we chewed? Then the third one said, but if he says, give me something to drink onto my good meal, has he announced that we stole it? A wise man once said, don't just make money, make a difference. And at ABSA, well, they believe in helping you make a difference through their personal loans. With an ABSA personal loan, you can get up to 500,000 Ghana cedis collateral free, all right, to finance your personal project. With a flexible payment plan of up to 7 years, fixed and competitive interest rates, the ABSA personal loan is just what you need to open the door to the life you deserve. So visit the nearest ABSA branch or call your personal banker to discover how you can get things done. That is Africanacity. That is ABSA. Terms and conditions apply. All right.
Hey, bruh, your baller that. Change your style. Don't be like that. Zoom Lion is here for you. Just dial *857# and enjoy free, hassle-free baller services. You can request for a bin too. Make payment for our baller services and enjoy amazing discounts and offers like 1 month free baller pickup. That terms and conditions apply. Anyway, don't be left out. We have changed our baller style. You should too, Kojo. Call 0501 18410 or DM us on our social media platforms to find out. Change your baller style today. Chia near for a baller.
Now, Roberts & Sons Optical is one of the accredited optical centers for DVLE eye testing. Visit any of their branches. DVLE eye testing services at Denta Weja, Dabraka, Osu, Dankwa, Circle, Tema, East Legon, Kumasi, and Kofroidia. You can call 050-151-9111 for more information, or visit the online shop at robertsandsonsoptical.com or on Facebook, Instagram, and X at Roberts and Sons Limited for more information regarding the DVLE eye testing. Robert and Sons Optical Services, your accredited DVLE eye testing provider. Robert and Sons Optical Services. Seeing is believing.
All right, now we can take you live now to the Graphic Business Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting. The theme is Thriving During Economic Turbulence. You'll be hearing from Mr. Michael Bozumbil, the CEO of Petrosol. You'll also hear from Professor Ejapoma Jekche Dakun. She's an economist. But the next voice you're about to hear belongs to Professor John Gachi. He's the CEO and business advisory expert. Here he is.
And he has to pay some penalty. It is the business that brings the revenue. So we will do everything possible to get back to the business, to nurture that business, to ensure that business come back on track and begin to contribute to revenue. So you can't have a policy only focusing on getting revenue. You might have a policy that focuses on getting revenue and nurturing the entities that provide the revenue. And that is what is the difficulty we are facing now.
I'll get back to you. Because there are a lot to talk about, all the strategies that we are putting in place. Because in thriving is not all about, businesses and individuals. The policymakers also have a major role to play because whatever they put in place affects all of us. Let me get to Professor Jekche Dakun, whose PhD was from Nottingham University. Let me just do that correction. And I ask you the same question. So, over the last 12 months, we've been having this conversation back and forth. So far, we've put in place a lot of policies here and there. But if you look at the country today, what state are we in? And based on the policies that we've put in place, what are your expectations going forward?
Okay. I think that we